Hi everyone, this is Amelia with my second MMP update. Um, so first I'm just going to kind of show you what my site currently looks like. So here's kind of the home page. It looks kind of very similar to what it looked like the last time, though I have updated this bottom part for the in the news section. I've added some news stories. Um, and then from there, we've got the how-to, which you can see I've chosen these are the final six types of multimedia that I've chosen to use. So I have Voki for my podcast, Prezi, Blogger for blogging, Blendspace, Pixlr, and Animoto. So I had originally had some Google products in here also, but after I had done some sharing with some teachers, they decided, well, I got some feedback that most of them had used Google Presentation or had used Google Sites or had used like Google Docs and things. So they really thought I should focus on some of these other types, specifically with Prezi and Animoto. So those could kind of replace um, the Google presentation that most teachers and students are currently using. So a lot of teachers are looking for some kind of new, interesting, and creative way to really look at doing kind of presentations and more of like a digital storytelling. So these are the six that I decided to focus on. Um, and for each of these, you can see I have a how-to video. So I did a screencast for a how-to, and then I have step-by-step instructions. So you can see here, this is how to create a Voki. So I step you through the basic steps of how do you set up, in this case, how do you set up your avatar, how do you essentially create your podcast, so how do you give your avatar that voice, how do you publish it, and how do you share it. So these are like the 5 important steps I saw with the Voki, plus there's the how-to video. Again, we'll show you the one I have for blogging. I haven't done the video yet, so for a few of these, I still haven't done the how-to video. I've gone through and done the how-to steps, so you can see how to create a blog using Blogger. Once again, I step through kind of make sure how do you even create an account in this situation, how do you create a blog post, um, making sure you're changing your blog settings and adding hashtags and tags, and then adding texts and links and posts, photos and videos, the important things when it comes to um, creating a blog like we've done in class, and then saving your blog and publishing your blog, and then just some basic like how do I go back and edit, how do I share it for everyone to see. So kind of the basic steps to blogging. Then under the technology in the classroom tab, I have given each of the 6 types of multimedia I decided to focus on their own little section. So you can see here it says the links below will provide you ways to integrate each of these technologies into your classroom. So now that these teachers know how to use these types of technology, how can they actually integrate them? So here's some lesson plans, a lot of lesson plans that go with podcasting, some podcasting videos on YouTube that might be helpful. And then I introduced Voki, but some people may decide they'd like to use some other kind of podcasting tool. So I give these options of other ways to go about doing some kind of audio file and voice recording type thing like a podcast. You can see I did the same thing with Prezi. Go through, you can see different links to different Prezi resources, Prezi YouTube videos, other things like Prezi, other PowerPoint type tools, blogging, same thing. So you can see for each of these I've been able to find ways to integrate it. So lesson plans are just ways to use these in a classroom or use these in a lesson. YouTube videos that kind of go along with those explanations, and then other types of similar digital tools that give you another way to also use this type of multimedia in your classroom. And then my web resources, so these are just other good resources and ways to help teachers really get technology integrated into their classroom. So these are just some suggestions of online communities to join. Each of these pictures links to some kind of, you can see, connects to the website. So by clicking on the connected editors um, icon over here, you're open into a new window on connected educators, I'm sorry. Same thing, I then have the New Jersey and US technology standards. So these are just important things for educators to keep in mind of how to use technology in their classroom. So you can see this takes you to the New Jersey technology standards. These are just some education and technology based web pages. So you can see this one's tech learning. So it's ideas and tools for ed tech leaders. So you can see there's different ways to incorporate technology, and then staying up to date on technology news. So each of these has, you can see this will take you to the New York Times technology page. So each of these news outlets has a tech section, and then just some education and technology apps. So these will take you to different suggested lists of different apps that you can potentially use in your classroom. So these are kind of the suggestions, and you can see they have them grouped. This page has them grouped by kind of category. So these are just kind of some more web resources for teachers to be using. And then last is our contact page. So this can be where someone can contact and say they have a question on something, or maybe a suggestion of another way to incorporate things or another type of technology that can then be changed. So this is just mainly for some feedback. So basically, the main thing I need to do is, you'll see, like I had here, I need to go through and do the videos for these. That's mainly it, is going through and updating the videos for each section, and then kind of just making sure everything, all the links to everything work. I have shared this with some of the educators in my school district, and they've been playing around with it, and I've been getting some feedback just on the way things look or the way I've set things up. I have posted this in a few of my online communities. I haven't really gotten any comments back on them, so I'm going to try to push that a little more in those online communities that that I'm involved in, just so that I can get some kind of outsider's view on things as opposed to the people I work with. And then I'm interested to hear what you all have to say about what I've done so far, maybe just some ways to make things go along with our design principles, or ways that you want to see certain things being used, or maybe some suggestions on, oh, maybe you shouldn't have used blog, or you should have talked about something else, another kind of blogging tool. So it'd be very helpful just to get your feedback. But so far, I'm looking forward to kind of getting this done completely and really launching it out to everyone. I plan on sending out it in an email to those people that I work with, and some other fellow graduate students, just to see if I can get all people from all different educational backgrounds looking at my webpage and giving me feedback and seeing how useful it is, because that's my main goal, is that this is useful to educators who are trying to find some way to incorporate technology and these types of multimedia into their classroom, especially in middle school and high school, just because I feel like that's kind of where the push is going. But it will be interesting to hear kind of what teachers of all ages have to say. So I do welcome any feedback that you guys have towards this, even if it's very critical. If you're saying this doesn't look good, this is you should have done this instead. Welcome all feedback, and I'm excited to see what you guys have done too.